Hey, little self, how you doing, sugar? Can you hear me okay? The last time I used StreamYard, it was a disaster. Disaster. Let me see where my guest is. I know I had this set up for 8 o'clock, but unfortunately my guest, thank you, love self. I appreciate that, sugar. Unfortunately my guest um had an there you are, baby. Just click on that link. Hey, God keeps blessing me. How you doing? Click on that link that I have posted in the chat. Is the TV too loud? I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for people to come in, y'all. And I didn't even hit the live button. Do you see the link, baby? Let me know if you see. Oh, there you are. There you are. Hey, I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, please correct me. Charge it to my heart. So I like to put some respect on people's names. Is it Tinky? How you doing? Here's my guest. You want your camera on? You look nice. Make sure your microphone is on. How you
Yeah, it is.
doing?
I'm doing
You
good.
you sideways. There you go. There you go. Yeah, this is my. Hey, got you 105. How you doing, love? Yeah, is that TV too loud? Let me go on and mute it. Let me do that. Yeah, let me tell you before we get started. I don't know if you all have watched the show Dark on Netflix, but my daughter, she turned me on to it. When I tell you, I think it's 3 seasons. When I tell you that that is a great show to watch, there are so many twists and turns. It's one of those shows that you have to pay close attention to. Mute yourself for me, Monty, please. You have to pay close attention to it, or you're gonna miss a lot. When I tell you that is a good show, oh my gosh, it is so good. So it's called Dark. If anyone, hey Miss G, how you doing? Thank y'all for the pink hearts. I appreciate it. If anyone wants to check it out on Netflix, it's really, really good. Like I said, there's 3 seasons. Season two, oh, it revealed a lot. So just, trying to give y'all something to watch. Hey, say that. How you doing, love? Thank you for the pink hearts. Hey, Nola 504. Thank you for those pink hearts. Y'all, tonight we are doing it a little different. We have done this before. This is my handsome son, my baby boy. Say hi to the people, son.
How y'all doing?
Okay, go ahead and mute it. I have shared him out on my community wall before. He has a YouTube channel. Anyone that is where we be at over on Facebook, I have his link to his Facebook. If you want to put it in the chat, son, feel more than free to do so. Um, say that said, hey, handsome son.
How you doing?
Tonight we just want to talk about a few things. We were supposed to have been done this what months ago because the last time we did it, you guys really enjoyed it. Ali was in the building. We had Shirley Brown in the building. Um, my son is also on TikTok. Did we lose your face, son? Did you turn your camera off?
Now I'm about to come back.
Okay, because I'm sitting up here with a man that I don't know. I don't recognize this white man sitting beside me. Hey, Annie Lowe, how you doing, love? Thank you for those pink
Who?
cards. It doesn't have your photo. It's just a white man
Oh,
sitting beside
oh,
me.
okay, yeah, yeah. I'm about to come back.
Okay. All right, but yeah, we've done this before, and we just got we just had the 4th of July. My son and I, we were talking on the phone, and it sparked some conversation. And I said, you know what? Let's do a live. Let's go ahead and express these things that we are talking about now on a live. So, son, aside from the 4th of July, what is it that you would like to talk about? I'm gonna put myself on mute.
Well, I really want to touch on the fact that a lot of us believe that on the 4th of July we were free, but I want
No,
to go.
aside from the 4th of July, we're gonna get to that. I've
You
already
know,
put that out.
I just
But
feel
what
like
else?
we should just go in on that and just let it flow. Whatever we talk about.
So there's nothing in particular that you want to get to. There's
Oh
no
yeah,
subject.
and the trauma that's in the black families and why black people are, I'm sorry, yellow, red, brown, and black people, as we call African Americans in America, why we are the way we are, you know, what started that and what we can do to fix it.
All right. Hey, Sharon Ross, how you doing? All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started with the 4th of July. First of all, I've made it very clear that I, for one, do not celebrate any holidays. That includes birthdays, Christmas. That includes Easter. Hey, Rose Felder, how you doing, love? Thank you for the pink hearts. Easter, birthdays, no holidays. Monty, do you remember how you were when we took those holidays and when we sat you all down and said this is going to be the last year that we celebrate these things. And no, I am not a part of the Kingdom Hall. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness in the sense of belonging to that organization. However, Jehovah is God's name. So I am a witness for God, just not a part of the organization. I had someone ask me that the other day at the grocery store when they wished me a happy 4th. I said I don't celebrate, but if you do, happy 4th to you. And that's a question I get all the time, regardless of what the holiday is. Uh, and I tell people that I don't celebrate. So, do you remember how old you were when your dad and I, hey Trey Trey, set you down? Hey Trudy, this is my son, you all, my baby boy, Kimani. And Monty, explain why you have the X behind your name. Explain that, and go and don't be afraid
Okay.
to express yourself because at the
Well,
end of the day, we love everybody, okay? But don't
right.
be afraid to express yourself to the fullest. Go ahead. Hey,
Well,
Tanisha Phillips, how
the
you doing,
reason
love?
why the reason why I have the X on the back of my name is because um for one, the name I was given during my birth was a European name from people who I knew wouldn't have embraced me or none of my people, the same people who was hanging my people, our people, that's where that name came from, right? And as y'all know, once upon a time, our people were slaves and our people was getting sold to different people, different slave owners, and they was giving us their name to denote that we was their property. And once they freed us from slavery, a lot of us kept the name. But in my situation, it's different. It's just that a man laid down with a woman he didn't have no business laying down with, and he knew that. And he just happened to give up, put a baby in her. And unfortunately, that woman was a white woman, a Caucasian woman, and she comes from a Caucasian family. And her grandfather was a prejudice. She was and still is a prejudice. And
Her dad,
right,
and
yeah, her
who was
grandfather
this
too.
woman?
But her
Who was
dad,
the woman speaking on?
my dad's mom, she's a prejudice. I know that's my dad's mom, but I gotta tell the truth. She's a prejudice. Her dad's a prejudice, and even when I said this on the last slide, but for the people who may not know, and it's my testimony. I'm not bashing nobody. I'm not talking down on nobody. But whenever my daddy was born, before he started forming his nose, lips, and all that, you know, they tried their best to hide the fact that he was biracial. And so, and when they found out that he was biracial and his dad was black, they felt some type of way. They didn't like that, right? So they just had to get used to it. And but at the end of the day, they still are who they are. They was who they was, and I just want to, I don't feel comfortable carrying that name when I know the people who it came from. So I X'd it out, and yeah. Did I elaborate good enough, or I still lost?
Oh, you got your daddy in his feelings, but we telling the truth. I feel like this. Anytime you have to say that your child is white and by a white man, hey Anil, how you doing? Thank you for the pink cards. Anytime you have to say your child is by a white man, there's a problem. And uh hey
And
Kia Love,
I'm
this is
not,
my moderator. But hold on, let
and
me say this. Let me say this
yeah.
because your daddy is going crazy. Let me say this.
But I'm not
Ultimately,
saying nothing wrong. Everything I'm saying is the truth. This is my story. This is how it went. This is how it happened. And I'm just telling all facts. I know for a fact.
ultimate,
I know for a
ultimate,
fact. I know for a fact that I've been called the N word, a racist term, about a woman who was supposed to be my grandmother. I know that for a
right?
fact. And
And that's true.
so
That's
it's
the
not
truth.
it's not something that I'm just assuming. It's not something that I'm just coming out hearing rumors about. Like, nah, I've actually been called the N word. And it don't really matter how it was said, but it did have the ER at the end numerous of times when I was a kid. That was the first person I was ever racially profiled by, was the woman who was supposed to be my grandmother. And yeah.
But ultimately, his grandparents did end up raising him, his brother, and his sister, and they loved him dearly.
And no disrespect at all for what I say, but I'm just telling the truth because it's a
He's
lot
in here.
of
He's in here, Kia Love. He's in here. He's watching.
it's no disrespect at all, but it's a lot of slave masters who was taking care of the black babies on the field back in the day. You know, I'm not trying to take none of their credit away or none of that, but yeah.
See, he's saying let me say this, and this is my father who said this.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Let me. I was gonna say that too. Another thing that my granddaddy who raised me, my granddaddy who did more for me than my own dad, was more of a father figure for me. He even
but hold
said
on,
that.
that's not where I was going. I was going with the fact because he said you talk about my grandfather, whoop de whoop this and whoop de whoop that. The fact of the matter is, my father grew up in a time where your dad's grandfather worked in a pool hall, I believe it was, and he would run them out, and he would refer to them as Niggers. He's mad. He's mad. Hey Dad speaks James, how you doing? Um, but I mean it's the truth. So, it is what it is.
You can hide history, but you can't erase it, and it is what it is. But again, I don't got
Yeah,
no,
it's
I
a
don't got,
fact still love.
I don't got no ill feels towards nobody either. But you know, the truth is there, and you can't erase it. And then I want you to think
Right.
about this, right? So my name's Kimani, right? So if a Hispanic person said that their name was Jose Mohammed, I want y'all in the comments. Let me know, how would y'all look at him? If a Hispanic man was to tell y'all that his name is Jose Muhammad, how would y'all look at him?
Hey, Ellen Martin, how you doing, love? Thank you for the pink card. They probably look at him like he was crazy and want to know why he has that thank you, Dad. Wants to know why his last name is Muhammad. Can't hear you, baby, on mute.
So me being an African who's in America, why wouldn't you look at me crazy when I tell you my name is Kimani Jackson Johnson Washington or anything European? Why wouldn't you look at me crazy? But I do get looked at crazy a lot of times when I tell people my last name is X. A lot of people like, but
Okay, let's get to the 4th of July. Um, Thank you for clarifying that. Turn your camera on, baby. They say you cute.
I'm better.
They said my son's handsome. He is. I told y'all, baby, that pig over there, baby, we can post pictures
I'm
now.
smoking, but
You know,
I ain't want to smoke
you,
on the live.
if that's what you do, that's what you do. You smoking a black?
Yeah,
You grown. You are grown.
but I ain't
But
know if I could get you terminated or something. So
no, that's only on TikTok, I believe. Now, uh, the 4th of July. Just put a one in the chat if you all celebrate the 4th of July. No, he did not. He did not, Trey Trey. Is that something he's never even expressed to me that he plans on changing his name
but
legally?
yeah, I did. But and another thing, if y'all don't know this, I
I need
follow
to know
Malcolm X. I follow Malcolm X heavily, and Malcolm X was asked the same thing. They asked Malcolm X. They said, "What is your last name?" He said, "Malcolm." Malcolm X. They said, "Did you legally change your name?" And Malcolm X said, "I didn't have to legally change my name to Jackson Johnson Washington and all of these European names. So, as far as I'm concerned, that is my name. That is my last name. You know."
I don't recall you telling me that you want to legally change your last name. I just
Yeah, I
recall.
do, because when I die, I don't want them to put that on my tombstone or obituary. And I can't stand to see it on my ID or on a paycheck or something.
Yes, Kia, it is.
It disgusts me. You know, imagine you walking around carrying your oppressor's last name. Like, I know a lot of people obviously don't care, but imagine, the last name you carrying is the same is the last name that came from somebody who kidnapped your people, raped your people, beat your people, killed your people, and on the 4th of July, every day they was hanging and burning your people and getting some type of pleasure out of watching it, you know? So if you knew that, if that's how I feel, I just feel some type of way about it. Like I know I'm carrying a prejudiced last name who was once upon a time, doing all this crazy stuff to my people. So yeah, it disgusts me. But yeah.
And you're just speaking about slave owners, and you're speaking on slave masters in general, because baby, he's back there having a fit. But I'm gonna say this: I don't celebrate the Fourth of July because the Fourth of July was not intended for us. We were still slaves. Anyone who has taken the time to look up the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner, that's why when they sing it, I don't stand, I sit. It speaks of slaves in the second verse of the Star Spangled Banner. Um, Dad says, may I ask you how old you are, Kimani? He's 24. You're 24,
23.
right? 23. Kaya's 21. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Hey, Gold, how you doing? Gold speaking to you, Monty. Yeah, Kimani actually goes by his hey
Hey, how
Cindy
you doing?
Pooh. Thank you for those pink hearts, Gold. But
And
Kimani actually goes
another
by
thing,
his
watch. Yeah, go ahead.
he actually goes by his middle name, Kimani Shakur. That's his legal middle name.
Right, exactly. And that's a Arabic name too.
But when he speaks on the slave master, he's speaking on the white man in general. It's not any particular person. He was just personally telling his story. But back to the 4th of July. I don't celebrate because my people were not free. Great age for wisdom and knowledge. Thank you, Daz. Um, my people were not free. People judge me all the time when I say I don't celebrate certain holidays, the 4th of July being one of them, Christmas being the other. Nowhere have I read in the Bible where your son's name is Iman. Believe it or not, his name is going to be Imani, but I thought it sounded too girly. So I said, well, let me put Key in front of me. Key Money. Go on. You didn't say anything wrong, in my opinion. But anyway,
Who, me?
he's mad at both of us, but I don't care. We keeping it real. He has very respectful. Uh, I hope Piggy
Yeah,
kids
I don't
are in.
disrespect. I don't disrespect Caucasian people at all, but I do know who
No,
I'm
no, no,
dealing with.
no. No, what she's saying is he's very respectful. I hope Piggy kids are in here. They need to take lessons. She raised well, she didn't. No raised them until she got burnt out in the streets until because you can
Can I?
only hold on, Monty. Let me say
All right.
this: you can only for so long until you know what I'm saying. Your stuff is just ran through deeper than the ocean, baby. And I believe that's what happened with the pig. And then she wanted to decide to finally be a mother and a friend to her children. And I play that role too with my kids, but they know that when the friend side is gone, they can see when the friend side is gone and mama comes out, even though they're adults. You know what I'm saying? So I hope they're in here listening to Kia Love, and thank you so much. Got you 105 said I used to celebrate it, but I'm getting away from celebrating the fourth. Yes, I advise anyone who is black that celebrates the 4th of July to please, if you haven't already done so, look up the lyrics to the Dago Star Spangled Banner. They are clearly talking about the slaves in that second verse. And again, we were slaves. Frederick Douglass wrote a book and he addressed the 4th of July. our people were still in the fields. Our people were still getting hanged. Our women were still, being taken advantage of. Is the hubby too upset to come give his views and feelings? Just asking, no disrespect. Trey, girl, it will be a whole show up here. Because he knows what's true. He knows what's true. But anyway, like I was saying, Frederick Douglass wrote a book on it, and it saddened him to see his people celebrating a holiday where we weren't even free. We were celebrating the freedom of our slave masters. We were celebrating the free. Hey, Ann, how you doing? All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Uh, uh, celebrating the slave masters. Um, the people who got rich off of us. Those were the ones, and those are the ones that we continue to celebrate. All of those historical houses that you see, the further down south you go, those houses really belong to our people. We are the ones who made those homes. We are the ones if they ever wanted to add something. Hey, Charlene Bailey, how you doing, love? If they ever wanted to add something to the home, our people were the ones who did that. you know that. Hey, Sonia, how you doing, sugar? Thank you for the pink hearts. I am still unable to respond to your comments. I thank you so much for leaving a comment on the last live that I did. But yeah, our people, you know we're owed so much by this country. And every time the word reparations is brought up, as fast as it's discussed, or as fast as it come out of someone's mouth, it's shut down just as quick. But do you all know that the Holocaust, the families of the Holocaust, they are still reaping the rewards today, because America, they have, and you can look this up, they get monies from the railroad system, and that didn't even happen in our country. America, they went over there to help them. They went over there to help them. Meanwhile, we over here being treated like animals. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a shame. I think it's sad. Um, that's why when black people, like, we get on here, we cut up. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the pig, which she needs to be talked about. She needs to be taken down uh a few more pegs, until she's just gone. Like right now, girl, you are not missed. It's so peaceful out here on these YouTube streets. Hey, Ali, how you doing, sugar? Thank you for the pink hearts. It's so peaceful out here on these YouTube streets, girl. Now that you are not a part of them, and I just hope you don't return. I really do. I hope you wave the white flag and bow out gracefully. Your presence is not missed by anyone over on this side, the best side. The only people who might miss your presence are the flunkies, and the one who needs you. The ones who need you are the failed attorney's lips, because baby, this girl can't get the damn lip liner right. I don't know if she needs some contacts, some glasses, or what, but maybe her lips are just black. Maybe
Can I?
her lips are black. Maybe that's why she's, going with that black lip liner. But she, girl, can't line her lips with ish. And I hate to go to the negative, but I got to. And Piggy, you, like somebody said, yes, Miss G, stay gone, girl. Stay gone. It's peaceful out here. Peaceful. Peaceful, just like we told you it would be.
Okay, so can I
And
say something?
so, but let's get back into it.
Wait,
But
can I
yeah,
say something?
yeah, Yeah, you can, but let me say this let me reiterate this again. Reparations are due to our people because we made a lot of families rich, and that wealth is still being passed down from one generation to the next. They have taken these old homes and they have made the OMGTP. Did you know the black ish was all wait a minute, all lopsided and faded. Yes, I did, Ali. I seen it. I seen it, and I was like, "Girl, like you're an attorney. You just started allegedly now. You just started a new job, and this is how you're going to work. You're going to work with your face. You got concealer on the upper part of your face. The lower part of your face is dark. And then your lips, the liner on your lips, I mean, it looks the fool. It looks the fool, girl. Can't you afford to hire you a makeup artist? Can you not afford to do that? Since while you're showing off these apartments that you're looking at, knowing daggone well you can't afford them because you haven't won a case since the last time you won a case, and I don't know when that was and how long ago it's been. I was like, she looks like an unmade bed. Yes, in a mammoth's words, an unmade freaking bed. She's a straight clown, yes, and those lips are giving that. Charlie said, "Hey, Monty,
How you doing? Can I say something now?
but let me finish this about reparations real quick,
But
because
I know,
I'm gonna
but I
give you
don't
the
want to
floor.
forget about this. So,
I'm
okay,
gonna give you the
so
floor.
we're
I'm gonna
using
give you the
this
floor.
YouTube. We're using this YouTube platform, right? Who owns YouTube? Obviously it's our enemy. And what we're using this YouTube platform to do is down our people, argue with our people, disrespect our people. And what are we doing it for? For money, for views, to entertain our people. Instead of trying to lift our people up, we get on here and we talk down on our people. That's what we're doing. You know, and I understand that lady, you know, she may have some things that she needs to work on, but we all do. And instead of bashing the lady, we could all be coming together trying to figure out a solution for and for ourselves too, you know. But I ain't trying to
Monty,
steal. I'm not
you're
trying to steal.
absolutely,
I'm
you're
not trying to
absolutely correct.
I try to hold myself, but you know, I'm not trying to
To a
steal nobody's
higher,
joy.
to a higher standard, and I respect that. In the same token, you can't come out
Because
here and
how can
speak.
we get on,
Wait a
yeah.
minute. You can't come out here and speak on. I love my people. Trust and believe. I've said it a many a times. If there is a such thing as reincarnation, if I was given the choice to come back as any race I wanted, I want to come back as black with all the struggles we go through, with all the hell that we get from this country, with all of the scraps that we are given by this country, I still would choose to come back black. I love my blackness, love it. But some people, you just can't help stupid. And that's what she is, stupid and ignorant. The woman gets out here and she speaks on children in the most hateful way. And it comes from her gut, it comes from her rotten soul. She is a demonic person. And then you have another person on her playing God, saying that God is speaking through them to her. No, that's not how my God operates. My God don't bless no mess, baby. My
This might
God
sound
does not do it. Some people, it will never happen. Exactly say that. And she's some people. She is
this
some people. We have come out here and we have tried to help her. We have tried to help her. We told her, if you were gone, it would be peace out here. Look at what we're doing tonight. You know
this
what I'm
might
saying?
sound
Content
crazy
creators. But hold on, let me say this. Content creators, because you don't watch. Content creators are actually coming out here and they're doing real commentary. Because who's gone? She's gone. The enemy has been removed from the situation. And I believe that she is a shepherd for the enemy. I truly believe that. When she comes out here, she is doing the work of the enemy. If God tells you, and you know God, if God sits there, if God tells you, when you go to God and you say, God, it was so peaceful. Yes, it is. It's so peaceful, Wildflowers. And how you doing? So peaceful out here now that this woman is gone. But if you go to God and you say, God, what can I do to better myself in my situation? And if God tells you, if He shows you that it's the social media that's the problem, there's no time stamp put on that. She came out here and wants people to believe that God told her to take a break for 14 days. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That is no one but you saying that. That is no one but you doing that. That's why I believe that you are laid up in somebody's hospital sicker than a dog. I don't wish it on you. All I'm saying is, lady, you need to take a longer break. And you just might. You just might. Who's to say that you gonna come back in 14 days? But you. You need to take a longer break. You are not a well woman. Get your health, prioritize your health instead of coming out here and tearing others down. Now, let's get back to some real commentary. Go ahead, son. I'm on mute. See, my son, he's
All right.
not with he's not with this.
But listen though, God blessed you with all of these subscribers, all of these followers, so that we could all come together and reach as many
Subscribers, not followers.
subscribers.
I don't like that
They
word.
are, yeah, subscribers, supporters. I think that's a more respectable word.
There you go. Yes,
And
absolutely.
I believe that God blessed you with all of these subscribers and supporters, so that all of y'all, all of us can come together and try to reach as many yellow, red, brown, and black people as possible. You know, no matter how demonic they may seem, or they may be, maybe we're the people with the voice that they need to hear. Cause
We tried.
I don't think God puts people with people for no reason. I think there's a reason for everybody coming across, the people we come across and the places we come across, for a very good reason. I always think it's a positive reason behind it. So maybe you came across her, or she came across you, so you could help her. Maybe it's something about your voice, or something you could do or tell her that could get that demonic out of her. You know what I mean? And
Mommy,
maybe, go ahead.
we have tried. Can you hear me? We tried. We have tried. Okay? There is one woman on here that she talks about so bad. She is obsessed with this woman and her family. She calls her grandson a monkey. You understand what I'm saying? And laughs about it. And her grandson is 2. Okay? That baby is not out here hurting anybody. That baby is not on this app. You know what I'm saying? And this woman that she talks about, that I feel that she is obsessed with, I feel that she's envious of. This woman, she has taken breaks because hey Crystal, how you doing? Thank you for the pink hearts. She has a family and she has a son who plays football. He is very much successful. And she has tried to get information on her son and his school. And you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Jealous people that look just like you will try and hurt you. You have to be careful. Absolutely, Gold. Absolutely. And that's who she is. That is who she is. That is what she is. We try to help her. When Rita's not on here for weeks at a time and her name is still being dragged in the mud, her children, her grandson, her husband, right, we try to help her. And wait a minute, she turned around and spit in our face. Right, got you 105. We can go without talking about her. but I think she likes it. She likes it. Hey, Mr. Virgo, how you doing? Ali said, I love when your son comes on your panel. Very bright young man. Thank you, Ali. Did you hear that, Monty? Did you see the comment I highlighted
Yeah, I
on the screen?
appreciate you.
And said, okay, let me say this, and I'll come back. I know this live wasn't about her, and she shouldn't have been brought up. That's what she wants. Let me see how many days they can go live without mentioning. Oh yeah, without mentioning me. Yeah, I feel like that too. I feel like that too. And I also feel like because she's always saying, they can't eat unless they're talking about me. They have to talk about me. And you're absolutely right. I should not have brought her up. I shouldn't have. I couldn't help myself. I just couldn't help myself. So let's get back to some real conversation. So go
All right.
ahead, Monty. But
All
we
right.
we've addressed
About
the
the Fourth
Fourth
of
of July
July.
thing. Go ahead and give your opinion on it.
Well, I feel like that on the 4th of July, a lot of people don't know why they celebrate. They celebrate because it's been going on for years, decades and decades and decades, centuries. So a lot of people believe that we're free, right? And not only that, well, let me stay on that part. So
Hold on.
a
Hold
lot of
on.
people
Did
believe
you
that.
know? Wait a minute, Kia Love, you didn't say nothing wrong. All you said was, I hope she's watching because she is a sorry mother. She's a sorry excuse for a mother, you know. And every now and again, we have to remind her, just like Sharita had Bryson on her platform. Sharita comes out here and she shares with us, the good things that are going on for Bryson. We don't do that because we're trying to, you know, throw it in her face. This is what it is. This is my child. This is what happened. I raised my child to have respect. Did I? Did I not, Kimani?
Yeah, he did.
I'm surprised he's not saying yes, ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
because
You're right.
that's what I taught and instilled in my children. You know what I'm saying? So, like you, Kia, I hope that she's watching too and taking notes. I hope that her children are watching and taking notes because let us not forget, one of them is a mother herself. And we don't know if that little girl is talking reckless to her. We don't know that. We don't know how she's treating her when the cameras go off. That's 105 said, Monty, you are so right. We celebrate it because of tradition. Absolutely. Absolutely. When I was exposed to the truth about these pagan holidays, it was so hard. We celebrated that last year, and it was so hard for me to give it up. Christmas, I cried. I cried. I loved Christmas. I loved seeing my children wake up and see, their gifts, everything they put on their letter. And Imani, correct me if I'm
You're
wrong,
right.
but everything they put on their letter, I haven't said it yet. Everything we would have them write a letter to Santa Claus, and we would put it in the mailbox, and then we take it out, of course. But I made sure that they got everything on that list, and then some. I loved it. I loved to see their faces. I loved it. So it was hard for me to give that up. It
And the
was
same
hard
thing.
for me to hold on. Let me read Go's comment. I'm gonna let you go ahead. She don't get to tell us when to speak on her. She feels she has too much power out here, and that's her problem. That part.
You
That
know,
part.
we will be. We
But
are sick.
I
We
agree
got
with
some.
Ann though.
We got some
She
sick. We got a lot of sickness in us too to sit back and just talk about it so bad though. No matter what negative thing she does or what negative things she says, it's showing that a lot of us got a lot of sickness in us to sit back and bash her because what are we getting out of this? Some type of thrill, right? If you get any type of thrill out of talking negative about somebody or doing negative things to somebody, you're a sick person too. And a lot of us got this sickness from who? Our enemy. You know, and we just passing this sickness on to each other, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And
You're right, and
if you claim to not be sick, you should be the one to try to help these sick people. Because what good is it doing by talking back, sitting back bashing her? If it's doing some good, then that shows that you're a sick person. If you don't get nothing out of it, you shouldn't be doing it. But you obviously do. So yeah. And the fact that
Monty,
I'm
what
the-
in the world are you eating over there? You are smacking.
I'm chewing gum, but listen, it's sad that I try to hold my tongue and not say nothing because I felt if I say something, I'm gonna take their joy. But just thinking of that is just sick. That's like I walk past somebody and I see them beating on a man, and I want to stop it, but in my mind, I'm thinking, nah, let me not. It ain't got nothing to do with me, and it's gonna take their joy away if I do something. So let me keep moving. That shows how sick it is what they doing, you know. But we don't see it that way. We caught up in the sickness. I get it. I've been that person, you know, beating something down. It feels good because we feel like we've been beaten down for so long. So we want to beat somebody else down. We can't wait for somebody to look at us wrong, guy. You know, to find something weak to beat it down, to get all this anger out of us. But we passing more anger on to them, and then they gonna go back and throw it to us, and now we more angry, you know. But that's what we doing as people right now, but we don't notice it on a lot of these YouTube, on a lot of these devil platforms. You know, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's a lot of hurt people and sick people just getting on there bashing people. They wake up every day.
Monty,
Like,
take that gum out your mouth, because I swear
I
it's trying to run out, and you
believe it,
just keep on grabbing it. You just keep on gripping it.
believe it or not,
Thank you, Blessings and Hot Topics. Hey, TP and chat. Hey, TP chat. Maz, TP, your son is speaking the
this
truth.
might sound
I hope,
crazy.
hold on, Monty. I hope everyone is listening. Very wise young man. Thank you so much. Fanny Pooh said, TP, he is so intelligent. Much respect, King. Thank you, Sandy Pooh. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I thought he was eating some good foods. I did too, Crystal.
This might sound crazy, but it's a lot of people who wake up and thanks
Let me
and
I can be sick, but I pick my battles and I love children. That part goes. But I get what Ann is saying.
well,
She's
are
gone.
we helping
Let's
those
not
children
mention
though?
her.
How is bashing this woman helping the children in any way? While we bashing her, we could be sending out. Explain what's going on with the children, because I don't know. Before I say anything, what's going on with the children?
No, I don't like just the gasping for air in the middle of the night. Oh gosh, I don't want that virus. Stay away from me. I rebuke you in the mighty name of Jesus. Dear love, I hope you feel better, baby. Oh my gosh, there's been some terrible things said about people's children.
Okay, so
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
it's just things being said about the children, right? That's okay.
So
While
that's too much. That's too
so
much. But let's get back to what we came
but
here to talk about. Forget
wait.
about Piggy.
What's going on? But if I chimed in and I bashed the woman with y'all, I bet you the conversation could still be going on. So me mentioning trying to come up with a
F the
solution for this
replay.
problem, huh?
I'm here. Can't smoke like I want to, but I'm trying. Get your smoke on, baby. I hope y'all feel better. Whoever has this virus, I hope you feel better. I rebuke it in the mighty name of Jesus. Uh, hey Shonda, how you doing, love? Uh, right, FTB. It's entertainment. We like Dragon Piggy and her pigs. We sure do, Ali. We sure do. because she
I'm
thinks
not.
that she is the queen of YouTube. She thinks that she is a celebrity, baby. And I'm just gonna say this. When you talk about people's children the way that she does, like I said, she says it from the gut,
But you know
from
what we
her
should do?
soul,
You know what
from
we
her
should do as
soul.
content creators? Anybody who has a problem with her talking down on children, what we need to do is we need to all get on our
Prince,
platforms and we need to put
he
out
wants to
good.
a
We
Prince.
need to all get on our platforms and we need to put some good positive messages out for children. You know, so that when you've come across our videos that inspires them to want to do something great in life. Instead of using our platforms to bash someone who's bashing children, we should flip it into a positive. Because the devil, one thing about it is, and I say this all the time, the same God who woke that woman up this morning and gave that woman life is the same God who woke us up this morning and gave us life. The same enemy who was out to get that woman is the same enemy who is out to get us. And whenever we going back and forth with this woman with any negativity, that's when the devil's winning. So he's sitting back chilling. He don't got to do nothing because we doing the work for him. And a lot of us is gonna miss a lot of blessings for sitting back entertaining that because God is preparing blessings left and right, and God is passing those blessings out left and right. But we gonna miss ours. You know why? Because we sitting back bashing a woman who's bashing kids. You know, not saying what she's doing is right, but we can be trying to help this. If you feel like you can't help this woman, just don't speak on her. Just get on your platform and speak out for the people who do want help, who do need help. Anybody out there going through anything, you know, battling any battles, this my platform is for people like you. Here's my phone number. You can call me, we could talk, and we could try to come up with some good solutions for your problems. That's what we should be using our platforms for. But again, if that's what y'all want to do, if that's what brings joy and peace into your life, go for it. But me, the God in me, just had to say that. But about the 4th of July, a lot of us believe that we're free, right? You got to sit back and think about a dog. A dog, he'll sit by the door when he wants to go out and run around. He'll cry, he'll
No
scream,
wonder.
he'll scratch on the door, and then you open the door and you let him run free inside of that gate. And he believes he's free. He's happy. He starts wagging his tail. He believes, that's us. And what they did was they took back the physical chains and gave us the mental chains, which is far more dangerous than those physical chains. And I said this once, and I'm gonna continue to share this, hoping that it'll wake somebody up. Back during slavery, if a brother wanted to run away and he told another brother, "Hey, let's go," the brother wouldn't hesitate. They would go. Nowadays, it, like when you're at work, you know, a job where you gotta wear what somebody else wants you to wear, come in when they want you to come in, and do what they want you to do for how long they want you to do it for $13 to $20 an hour. You tired. No matter how much money you making, you tired. You don't want to be there. And the brother next to you or the sister next to you don't want to be there. But if you tell them, "Hey, I'm tired. I know you are too. So let's go." Can't do it. It's not that they got shackles on their legs or chains on their hands or anything like that. They mind won't allow them to do it, and that's the situation we in today. And we think that we're free. And the fact that we'll go out here, work for these people every day, give them our time for their dollars that mean absolutely nothing, and we give them that money right back on the 4th of July for their fireworks, for their grills, for their charcoal, for their hamburgers and hot dogs, and we'll
Hold
have a
up.
good time all night long, right?
Hold on,
Then,
son.
huh?
Teresa, Teresa, girl, don't do that. Where your woman at mine? Uh, thank you, Ali. Yes, my son, Shonda. My son, Kimani, or you can call him Monty. Shonda said, I mean, Teresa said, girl, he's fine as wine. Yes, y'all
I
please hit the
appreciate you.
like button for me. Super chats and super stickers are available. I've also included the Cash App and the little banner going across the screen. They are not mandatory, but they are very much appreciated, y'all. Thank you, Prince. All right.
But
Uh, but we put money in their pockets for all of these holidays.
yes,
Every
we
last
are.
one of them.
Let me fully go into that. So boom. So we take we just work for these people. We tired, we wore out. We done gave them all our time, and yeah, they gave us a little 30-minute break, and they even was nice enough to let us go home for 8 hours. But you gotta come back. If you want to keep that roof over your head for your babies and your woman, or yourself, and you want to keep food on your table, you gotta come back. And then on the 4th of July, we give
Thank you,
them that.
Ali, and thank you, got your 105. Shonda, thank you for being a member for a month. I appreciate it, boo. Thank you so much. Go
We
ahead,
give them that
Prince.
money right back on the 4th of July,
Let's
and
read Ann's comment. She said, okay, working for 14 to $18 an hour is pretty much like working for $3 a day. We basically working for pennies. I had to think about it while I went on when I went on vacation. I said the same thing, and if you get a raise, you don't even see your raise
that
because
shows that we are
everything is
mental
everything is going up. Everything.
that shows
Everything.
that we are mental
Thank you,
slaves,
Shonda.
because ask anybody at UPS, Ford, GE. I don't know where y'all from. I don't know if they got a UP. I'm sure they got a UPS, but I'm not sure if they got a G. And well, anyway, I'm just going to say it. Ask anybody at UPS, Ford, GE, FedEx, the places that are paying up to about what, 30, $40 an hour. Ask those people, do they have more peace than misery in their life? As much money as they think they making, because that's good money to us, and that shows that we slave. Because if you're making $40 an hour, oh man, you making good money. And what them people are doing is, it's like they holding up this $40 for an hour straight. They got you down on your knees, and they telling you, come on, come get this $40. Come on, you almost there. Our hour's almost up. And you just come on, man. Give me that $40. I gotta feed my babies, man. Nah, you got 30, you get your 30 minutes is over with, and then you got another 30 minutes, get the full 40, right? Then you gotta do another hour, and another hour, and another hour. Are y'all following me? Do I make sense?
Wait a minute, what you said, and I'm making 28 on the hour, 28 an hour, making $9 to $10 a day. Landlord's rent, gas, recreation, and etc.
And you
etc. You're
still going
broke
and you
and
don't like
damn
it,
near
but
homeless. Hold
you
on, Monty.
don't
Let me read. Let
go
me
ahead.
read this comment. Prince said, Marty, what you be doing up on TikTok? Prince said TP, he is funny. I saw him on TikTok, but your son is very intelligent, making a lot of good points tonight. Thank you, Prince. What you doing up on TikTok? Is that where I can find Bo?
No, the way I say things, I guess it just come out fun. It's naturally funny. But
Yeah.
but I'm always saying something good and positive. So I love that about myself, because I can be serious and still make people laugh, you know. And if I can make people laugh and motivate people at the same time, then I'm doing something right. But about Bo, if y'all don't know, I used to do these skits where I would dress up like a crackhead and, you know, do all kinds of crazy stuff to entertain people. But then I thought to myself, why should I can just be myself and make people laugh, and put out a positive message at the same time. But
Thank you, Ali.
I appreciate that, if I made you laugh or I made you smile, I'd rather make you smile than make you frown. So I'm glad. I appreciate that. It motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing and keep being myself. In fact, it motivates me to keep being better at what I'm doing. So I thank you for that. Appreciate you. But
Yeah, I want him. to bring Bo. I want him to bring Bo back out. Bo is a funny character. I called my son and I said, I need Bo. I need Bo because he put the videos on private on Facebook, and I said, I need Bo.
Yeah, I hit
Please
him.
send me the videos of
I still
Bo.
got him.
And I laughed so hard, and I told my son because he thinks, what is it? What did you say? Why would I? Because my son, nothing that he does is negative. Everything is positivity. Everything is
Yeah, I
about
don't have
God.
no type of ill intentions in anything that I do. And let me tell y'all this. But this is what I thought. Okay, why should I have to dress up like a crackhead to get people to laugh? Why
You
should
said
I?
you didn't want to also, you know, make anyone harm
Yeah,
themselves,
they can
like
they can
somewhere
offend people
hard.
too.
Yeah.
Because I portray to be this motivational speaker, this godly preacher, and this positive dude who tries to bring people who are in the dark to the light. Motivate people that you can make it out of any situation. And I'm gonna open up more about my struggles and why I believe that later. But if I'm this positive guy, how can I turn around and dress up like a crackhead? They can offend a lot of people because unfortunately we do have a lot of people who are on crack and are all kind. Oh, I can't say that, can I?
You can. On
We have a
drugs,
lot
on a
of
lot
yeah.
of drugs.
I can
Thank
say
you,
that word.
Teresa.
I can say that word. Drugs.
Yes.
We have a lot of people out here who are on drugs. These are good, beautiful, intelligent, strong people, and it would hurt me to know that a young boy is out there watching my video and he happens to show it to his uncle or maybe his daddy and say, "Look at this. This is how you be acting," and that hurts them to the point where they commit suicide or something.
Oh, unalive themselves. Don't say that
Unalive
word.
themselves, unalive
Prince,
themselves, and
wait a minute. Prince, you are so very welcome. I love you back, sis. And I wish I could have said more. It was just my token to say thank you for always showing up and supporting me. Even when you don't fall down in the chat, if somebody, like I told my son and I told my daughter, I said, if somebody's talking crazy, Prince gonna get him up out of there. Prince, the sharpshooter, that name is definitely on point. The sharpshooter, because Prince gonna get him up out of there. Come in this chat talking crazy if you want to. You may not see Prince. Oh, but she's she's lurking. She's definitely watching. She's the sniper. And I appreciate you, Prince, so very much. But like I said, I wish it could have been more. And I thank you. I thank you so much for supporting me the way that you do. Thank you. Ann said he reminds me of my younger son. He's 29, very knowledgeable and mindful of his ways of the world. I call him my Gemini child. He was a triplet. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. The only one that survived. I'm so sorry, Ann. Yeah, my son, uh, I've always said my son's mind is light years ahead. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Prince. Yes, you do. And I thank you so much. Thank you. My son, when he was younger, I always said, yeah, she most definitely is. She's mine too, Kia Love. But I said my son is light years ahead. I couldn't explain his mind. When he's 9 years old, and the way his mind thought was not that of a child. Not to say he didn't act like a child, but my son was out here, and I told y'all this before. My baby had a business. He has several businesses. Right now, he works a full-time job. He is a nurse. He works a full-time job. And when he's not working, he has a lawn care service. About how many clients do you have, Monty?
25 to 35. I don't know for
And
sure.
he's on his stuff.
I'm
They
working
don't have
out.
to call him to say, I believe the saying they've been here before, and yes, they have. I believe that too, and
And a lot of
I
my
believe
people,
that too.
a lot of my clients, they pay me 3 months in advance too, because a lot of them own businesses and stuff. So they busy, and sometimes they'll forget to keep up with their yard, and to avoid the city giving them a notice, they just go ahead and pay me up front. That way, I handle it for them.
Yeah, that and he. Can I say it, Monty?
What's that?
He's a mama's boy.
Yeah, I don't mind.
He's always been, huh?
I don't mind because I believe every man is a mama's boy. He just don't know how to show it because it's a hard world. But every man
Exactly.
out there, I don't care how gangster he portrays to be or how tough he portrays to be, every boy, every boy, every man is a mama's boy or a mama's man. Deep down inside, all of us. And that's why we seek for a woman as close to our mama as possible, most of the times.
And driving 7 hours, tired. Oh my goodness. You need to get you some rest. God keeps blessing me. You can always check the replay, sugar. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But my son, y'all, my son was out there. He asked me or his dad. He said, "Can I go shovel snow?" And he went out and he got him some clients. Yes, he'll yeah, I mean, mama's boy. When no one else wanted to ride with mama, he did. You never saw me and him separate from one another. Never. Mine is too, but don't like for me to say it. uh, but he's out there shoveling snow, making money. He got so many clients that he hired his brother that's right above him and his baby sister. Had to fire, had to fire his brother because he got lazy, and he paid him for what he worked. Princess TP, I'm about to eat dinner. I am watching the chat. I just got home. Okay, Prince, enjoy your dinner, love, and thank you so much. But he also in the summertime, my son made sure grass. He got clients, my baby girl, and who comes walking in the door with their little $10 in their hand because they ain't last nothing but an hour? The son right above him. The son right above him got fired again. But I'm proud of my baby. I'm proud of my son. I'm proud of all my children. I'm proud of them all. All of them have determination. Everything that was instilled in them. They might not, they fallen along the way. Some of them have, but they picked themselves up and they dusted themselves off, and they are doing wonderful. That's why when Thyroid Eyes called himself showing my oldest son and my second to the oldest daughter's mugshots, I'm like, what are you trying to prove? Child, those are old, with the exception of the GUN charge that my son got. Uh, but they don't live in those spaces anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're doing better than you. They're not going from country to country because they like to fondle on kids, you know, and they're insecure with themselves, trying to get uh butt surgery, uh eye surgery, nose surgery. They are very much happy with the people that they are because love was poured into them, and it's continuing to be poured into him. My son just told me the other day, Kimani did. He said, "Mama, you just motivated me. You just motivated me." And that is our job until we take our last breath, because I want to go before my kids. Until we take our last breath, that's our job, to motivate our children to be the best that they can be. Because it's a hard world out here for people who look like me and my son and some of y'all in my chat. It's a very hard world and a cold world for us. And said, "I'm sorry. I always say every man has a little bee in them, and it's true. That's where the compassion and respect comes from. Rather, a lot will admit that's right,
A
and
little what?
that's right. B,
ITCH?
yeah, but don't take offense to it because you know you're not.
Nah,
God keeps blessing me.
I don't think that. But every man does have mama's boy ways. Every man. And again, I don't care how gangster he portrays to be or how tough he portrays to be. Every man wants a woman as close to his mama as possible.
Hmm.
You know?
God keeps blessing me. Said yes, knee and back in so much pain. Oh, they getting ready to do this knee replacement. Oh, God keeps blessing me. Knee replacement and burn nerves in my back. You having a radio frequency done? Uh, I'm gonna be good soon. Not sleepy, just tired. I'm gonna tell you, God keeps blessing me. I have had two radio frequencies done in my back. Now, to each their own, you know, for some it works good. For me, no. It just made the pain worse. Uh, so I tell everybody not to get it. But, you know, uh, like I said, to each their own. There have been some success stories. Not in my case. I don't let them do anything to my back. And said also, I don't want to give you also wait a minute, and I also want to give you TP your flowers because I know it's not easy in every life. I know I'm gonna get the message. Amen to that, and thank you so much, Ann. I appreciate that. But go ahead, and, son, and say what it was that you wanted to get into. No offense
Okay,
to you,
so if yeah.
just speaking in general,
Why
mommy.
do we only get to celebrate 4th of July? Or I'm sorry, why do we only get to spark
You breaking up,
fireworks?
baby.
Why do
You
we
breaking up,
only
baby.
what why do we only spark fireworks?
Monty,
You you heard
breaking
me
up,
now?
baby.
You heard me now?
No, you're breaking up really bad. Do you want me to, you want to go back out and come back in? I can drop the link for you again if need be. Let me see if he's gonna come back in. But yeah, it's more than just about the 4th of July. That's not the only topic that I wanted to discuss. I just wanted to say my part. Okay, baby, let me drop the link. I just wanted to say my part about it, because a lot of us don't know. A lot of us, we just do it because it's natural to us. We've been doing this since we were children, lighting fireworks, going to the cookout, and things of that nature, just like Christmas. I don't know what in the world happened. This is why I don't like getting on StreamYard. Monty, I don't even see you in the. Let me drop the link again. I don't even see you in backstage, baby. Wow. Go. Can y'all? Can everybody hear me? You doing, love? Go. Can everybody hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. And you're on the piano, baby. How you doing?
Hey, love.
Hey.
I just want to say this because I'm trying, okay? It be a lot
Mhm.
that you want to say and you wanna type.
Mute yourself, Monty.
But you can't get it all through.
Right. Go ahead and pop it.
Am I going in and out?
No, we can hear you. Who is that? Is that you, Ann? Still up here?
Me?
I'll turn your camera on. And click the link again, baby. Yeah, I don't like that either because you can only write so much in the chat, and then sometimes things get misconstrued. But like I was saying, um, it's not just about the fourth. It's just about us as a people. The last time you and I were supposed to come back, we were supposed to talk about the breakdown of the black family. Lyndon B. Johnson. That was all, in my opinion, that was all orchestrated to remove the black father from the family
Okay.
when he implemented welfare and food stamps and things. And then, you have these people like government funded apartments that he built in the projects, in the slums, like Cabrini Green being one of them. Oh, hold on. And
Well,
hold on.
yeah.
Okay. Hold on, mama. Okay, Miss Ann, you're back, baby.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go on mute. Monty, go on mute.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, love.
You're welcome, bro.
All I wanted to say is, this live was totally supposed to be something different. I tried to change the mood, get us back on track.
That's what I'm trying to do too.
Yeah, and I understand what you're saying. And because that pig over there, she is one of the cockiest people that I know. And here we are, we are trying to speak positivity, and then here she comes up in the conversation. So I get it. And I know she's probably like, look, they can't even, when they talking about something good, they can't even help but to bring me up. And it takes away from the
And,
message.
and and you
So
know
I
what?
most
That's where I
definitely
had
get
to
it.
catch you at because I caught you slipping. But I
Yes,
knew
ma'am.
you was trying to say a message within that. But I didn't want you to detour, and you did a little bit.
Yes, ma'am. And I thank
No,
you for tapping me on my shoulder. I appreciate that a
yeah,
lot.
no, we can't give her that much glory. We can't. Let's get back to what we doing What I came here for, because I was waiting. I thought you was gonna come yesterday, but you didn't. And so I said, okay, I see a notification. Okay, let me go in and try to chime in. Excuse my voice, y'all, but this new virus thing got something to do with this. It's like um, I don't want to say the word on here, but that is a lot of more mucus built on a lot of more mucus and all that. And I know smoking and all that got something to do with it too. But no, I done got a whole bunch of mucinex and it still keep on backing up. But let's get back on. Don't even mention her no more, please. Please, because that's what that miserable person wants. Misery loves company. I refuse to be a part of it. I refuse to be a part of it. Where your son go?
I'm
Am I
still
still
here.
on?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, hey, love.
How
You
you doing?
keep your beautiful mind, body, and soul. In the name of Jesus, God will follow you throughout your life. Best
Appreciate
believe me when I tell you that. Because I know I've been a seer since I was 12 years old. Probably before then. I think the first sin I saw, I was 9. And everything I say and see, it happened. I can't see what happened to me, but I can see everything around me. And everything around me that's been happening, I had to separate myself from people. I did. Just because I thought if I was around them, it was gonna happen to me, and
it.
everything came true. But I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm not
Wow.
CP baby. I love you. I love you with my whole heart. You need to
I
know
love
that.
you too. I
I
love
love
you
you
too,
with my
man.
whole heart. You need to know that. And I can only see things going up for you from now on.
Take
Keep
that.
your channel clear from all the bullshit unless you have to speak on it and a motherfucker speak on you. Excuse my French. And sometimes you don't even have to answer to everything that's been said. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
You
That's
don't have
true.
to answer to everything. Let a motherfucker make a fool out of themselves in front of everybody. As we're watching, as I sing, as I know Tree Swing, because when Tree synced that, I said, I'm not going to say nothing else. When Tree said years ago, she gone down a couple of years. Ooh, I'm gone.
That was a good message. And I just recently put out a video where I was breaking down that a lot of people ain't receiving the blessings that they've been praying for because they have too many negative, toxic people in their life that they are entertaining. So God doesn't have enough room to deliver those blessings. But once they get rid of that toxicity, God will have room to drop off the blessings they've been praying for and more. Y'all heard me?
Hey, Dolores Henderson, how you doing, sugar?
Did y'all hear me?
Kimani, can you hear me?
Yeah, y'all didn't hear what I said?
You hear me, Ann? Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep getting kicked out. That's why I don't like getting on StreamYard. Kimani, can you hear me,
Yeah.
sir?
Yes, I hear you. What I said was the message that Miss Ann had just dropped off. You know, it was a beautiful message, and I just made a video the other day where I was basically breaking down a lot of people aren't receiving the blessings that they've been praying for because they have too many toxic people in their life that they entertaining. So God doesn't, their life is cluttered with too many toxic people. So God doesn't have room to drop out the blessings. But as soon as they remove those toxic people from their life, God will have room to drop off those big, beautiful blessings they've been praying for and so many more. You know.
Amen. Amen. I didn't get to hear everything. Because I keep getting kicked out. I don't
And
know. At StreamYard.
And another thing, a lot of us don't even see it, but our blessings are ready. Our blessings are there, but we don't see it because we looking to the left at the negative negativity and the negative people. But all we have to do is look over to the right, and we'll see our blessings. We'll have our blessings. You know. So yeah, the devil's using a lot of our people to distract us, and we entertaining it, so we keeping them distracted. But back to what I was saying about the 4th of July, it goes to show that we slaves because if I tell people that, hey y'all, why do y'all want to only pop fireworks one day out of the year? You know, grill and be with family one day out of the year. Why can't we do this every day? People gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Like, what do you mean? It can't do no 4th of July every day. You know, don't nobody got no money. I no time for that. Well, all we have to do is just one day, that one 4th of July. All we had to do was come together, put all the money we was about to spend on them fireworks, them grills, that charcoal, them hamburgers and hot dogs, the beer, all of that. We could have took that money, all of us, because like Malcolm X said, we not outnumbered, we just out organized. So it's more of us than them. So if we would have,
And that's one thing. Look, can I say this?
Mhm.
Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me,
I can,
son?
I can, I heard you,
Sonny, can you hear me?
I heard you, yeah.
Okay. That's one thing. Hey, Victoria. How you doing, love? That's one thing that I wish for our people is that we can get together. You know what I'm saying? And stand united. We are our own worst enemy.
Right.
You know, you see other like Italians. When I tell you they come together, you know, their families, they come together. You know, nobody's perfect. So I'm sure, you know, there might be a couple, you know, family members that have been, you know, exiled or what have you. But for the most part, you know, they get together, you know, just on uh any occasion. You know, they might say, "Hey, what are you doing next Saturday?" You know, I'm gonna cook. You know, if you want to bring a dish, you can. You know, come on over. It's been a while since the family's gotten together. You know what I'm saying? And I just want that for our people so bad, so bad. Um, but instead, you know, that's like the police situation. It makes me so angry when I see somebody getting upset, and I know you got bodies. I know you have bodies, but you get mad when you see that the police has taken out your homeboy. You know what I'm saying? You got bodies now. You taking the lives of your brothers for what? A street that you don't even own? You know what I'm saying? You got money that you flash, but you won't even invest in the block or in the neighborhood. Thank you, Ann. Ann says we are all imperfectly imperfect. Stay on the task at hand. Absolutely. But you know, you won't invest in the block. That's why I'm so proud of Cam. I see him. And I hug him and I tell him, I'm so proud of you because, and I've mentioned this before, my grandmother, the little area that my grandmother lived in, back in those days, every one of those women and men owned their homes. They had deeds with their names on them. They paid their mortgages, they paid their taxes. My grandmother's home is still, you know, still up and running. My uncle, he's just remodeled it for what, like the third time. And uh her sister's home that's next door, I believe it's been sold. You know, too many outsiders coming in for my taste. You know, these families, these homes get passed down to them. And the first thing they want to do is sell to the highest bidder, not thinking about the sacrifices that your mother, your grandmother, your auntie, not thinking about the sacrifices that it took for them to purchase that home. Because back then it was not easy for them. It wasn't easy for them, you know. To be a homeowner, was something to be proud of. Hey, Fela Shay, how you doing, sugar? Hey, TP. I've been missing your lives during the day, but catching replays at night while I'm at work. I pray all is well. Yes, it is. It most definitely is. But that's what, and there's a young man. There's a young man who has stepped up to the plate and he's taking it back. He's trying to get back as many black homes as he can. And he's taking them and he's tearing them down and he's rebuilding them from the ground up. And I'm so proud of that young man because the age he is, he could be out here in the streets following behind his uncles, selling drugs, committing crimes. No, he's investing in his community. And I love it. You know Cam, don't you, Monty?
Right, I know. And he's doing a good deed for the community.
He
And
absolutely is.
and he's gonna inspire a
Absolutely.
whole lot of young people to follow behind him and do the same thing even better. So yeah, we need people like that. But okay, are you, go ahead. Are you still going?
No, I just wanted to mention that, because I know it's not only, happening, you know, here in Louisville and,
Right, worldwide.
it's happening worldwide. I
Yeah,
remember
no.
8 Ball and FJG when they were on that show that Scarface and Willie D had, and they asked them, have they invested any money? Have they purchased any property? Because I think they're from Orange Mound, and they said they won't allow them to do it. How can't you do it? How can't you do it? It's
Right,
big
that's
bank take
crazy.
the bank. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You just take the money, whatever family member is trying to sell the home, because it's always a family member that's involved in it. Prince no need to think. I'm here rocking and rolling. TP always have a message within a message. People just don't catch it. Thank you, Ann. Thank you so much, love. But yeah, that's my thing. I wish people would just, let's take our neighborhoods back. Let's take our neighborhoods back.
And exactly, right. Now, since we on this topic, because you was mentioning the Italians, but you going to a nail salon, who do you see? It's not a rhetorical question. Who do you see?
Asian, Asian,
Right. And then you go into a corner store, one of these little gas stations that's not a one of these corner stores and the gas stations and stuff. Who do you see there?
Iraqis.
And then you go into these Mexican stores. They have the store, they have the restaurant, and it's nothing but they people working there. But us, you don't got, you got a lot of black owned businesses, you do. But the thing about us, we so in competition. We, ah, they they store doing better than ours. They store looks better than ours. And nah, he don't dress well enough. He can't work her. She don't keep her hair and nails done. She can't work her. You know, we so in competition instead of coming together. Like, nah, forget that. Let's build up our own stores and restaurants, and try to better ourselves in our communities. It's hard for us to do that because everybody's in competition. We the type, we'll take the money that we make and we'll go out and buy a car just to pull up in something better than the next brother. You know, we'll go out and spend thousands of dollars on clothes and shoes just to look better than the next brother, when it's not no competition. We all
Hey,
want
hey, 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 hey now. Hey, Sunny Day. Nah, I'm just playing. I do it because I like to dress nice, but I know what you're saying because I know people
But the
that do it.
purpose behind a lot of dudes doing that, of our people doing that, and look, I got more jewelry than you. Look, I got more designer clothes and shoes than you. Look, my car is more exotic than yours. My house is bigger than yours. It's a competition thing with us. You know, why can't we do? Guess what? I ain't been to prison this. I ain't go to jail this year. Guess what? My kids is eating steak and lobsters every night. It's never that type of thing with us. We go out here and blow our money with these people who don't give a damn in about us, just to shit on our own people, you know. But
And me too. I got a nail kit. I spent what 30 some dollars for. If I want to get a pedicure, because I used to go faithfully to the nail shop. And Miss Mary, Monty, I know you heard me tell a million stories about Miss Mary. Here I am spending money with this woman, and when I tell you rude, rude is an understatement. Honey, she snatching you by your hand and she trying to tell you what you won't know, Mary. I said red. I said orange. I said I want this design. No. So I got fed up and I went and I bought the things to do it myself. Now the only equipment I don't have, and I have to go out and I have to, and it's sad we live right here in Louisville, and I'm sure there are some black shops, and I'll be ashamed of myself because I go to the same people. Because Miss Mary's daughter, she does the pedicures. You know, that's the only equipment I don't have is to do my own pedicure. How you doing, mother of four? And when we do, we're always trying to get over on our own. Yes, but we won't go to the Iraqi store and do that.
yeah, you know better. That's why they setting up stores in your neighborhood. You know not to play with them.
Right,
But I say this
exactly.
all the time. I don't know if I said it on the last live because I always say this. It's crazy that if a if a brother comes to your block that's not from your block, he's not known at all on your block, and he sets up shop, you know, doing his thing, man, y'all gonna kill that man. First, y'all gonna rob him, then y'all gonna kill him, you know. But when the other people come to the neighborhood and they set up their businesses, you let them do their thing. You let them do what they want. It's
And
crazy.
defend them too.
instead of instead of saying, "Oh man, you got your work, you got your clientele, I got more work, I got my clientele. How about we come together, we make our money, and we set up our own our soul food restaurant right here. We set up our corner store right here, and we both eat, and we keep doing that." Nah, so what you gonna do is you gonna rob and you gonna kill this brother. Now this brother's gone. His mother, she's hurting. His brothers and sisters, they hurting. And now you in prison. Now your babies don't have a father. And now his people is retaliating against your people because of the what you did, because of taking them out. So nobody wins. And the only people who profit at the end is the police, the judges, the whole court system, the jail, and the prison system. We losing
Yeah,
all
that's
the
true.
way, you know. But so
And
it's too many of us, you know, and that's doing
And
a lot of
let me
the.
tell you this. Let me tell you this. And this is something I think I've talked to you about before. Cubans, they don't like us. They do not like us. You take people, they are set up in the middle of the hood. Prices are ridiculously outrageous. But you got people who would rather drive up to Cubans than to go to Speedway, Thornton's. They'd rather go to Cubans and give them their business somewhere. Damn well, they don't want you in their store. All they want is your money. I can remember
Exactly.
being a little girl. The father was racist and did not hide it. So you know it's in the son.
Don, I
Yes,
remember
yes.
him.
His father, you remember his dad?
It's
The older man? He's passed away now.
Don died, passed away.
The older man,
I never met
not the
him. I
son.
just remember Don used to be in there every morning.
Yeah, you're talking about the son. I'm talking about the dad. Baby, when
Oh
we was
yeah.
kids, Don didn't have a problem. Don Senior did not have a problem letting it be known, man, he really didn't want us in that store. All he wanted was our money. And then they watching you. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? They watching you. Meanwhile, you got these kids over here, these non-melanated kids over here, robbing you blind. And I see people going up there today. You can't pay me to go in there. You cannot pay me. I'm not going in there with somebody else's money. I'm not doing it.
Can
I'm
y'all?
not doing it. And see,
Right.
let me tell you, I supported my cousin years and years. Every time she comes out with new products, I don't even get acknowledged. Wow. See, that's another problem too. That is another problem. That you have to acknowledge your customer base. You have to. You have to. Let them know that their business is appreciated.
Exactly. Because without them, it wouldn't be a you.
No,
If they all
absolutely not.
decided to stop supporting you, you gonna fall down.
Yeah,
And let
true.
me and that's what the rich is doing to us every day. Unfortunately, it has to be us. Somebody has to be down. Somebody. And again, unfortunately, that somebody is us. They need somebody to step on in order to keep themselves up at the top.
It's always been us. Always been us.
It always will
Now,
be. No, let me not say that. Well,
until
it,
we come
until we
together,
yeah, until yeah.
and unite and we stand for one another, and we speak up for a brother or a sister that we see is being disrespected, it's not going to change. These laws, we don't even go to the meetings that the councilmen and councilwomen have. We don't go to the meetings that they have at the schools, the school system. We don't participate in those things because we feel like, what's the point? We give up too easy. We give up way too easy.
And if y'all don't
And shit, and my money is not coming from YouTube. I only deal with Facebook in that aspect. Okay, Ann?
and let me know in the comments if y'all don't mind. What do y'all think about this? Imagine if we all came together just one day of the year, whether it be Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, it could be any day of the year. Any money that we are going to spend that day, whether it's on gas, cigarettes, food, fast food, McDonald's, Wendy's, anything, we take that money, we all come together and we invest that money in our own businesses so that we can have a 4th of July every day, a Thanksgiving every day, a Christmas every day. I don't think it's wrong with giving the kids gifts and chilling with the family, watching good Christmas movies and um putting up a Christmas tree. I don't feel like nothing's wrong with that, but I think it'd be better if we could do that every single day of the year. Why do we have to wait till the 25th to do that? So how do y'all
Wait a
feel in
minute.
the comments? Do y'all think that'd be an intelligent idea to all come together, put our money together, invest in our businesses? And
Hey, 74. 74 said, hey, everyone, catching this from the beginning. When I get a chance, I'll see y'all tomorrow for sure. I'm here for it. I know you come up with some receipts. I saw that on your community wall. Tonight is my last night. Love y'all. Love you back, 74. Have a good night, boo. Uh, what's Shonda say? Hold on. And said, I swear it will turn out for the good. I think so too. I do. I think so too. I want to hear from your son. Oh, Shonda told me to shut my mouth. Okay, go ahead, son. You got this. I'm sorry, Shonda.
I was saying that's where the slave mentality shows at. Because if I put out a video letting our people know, like, hey y'all, we not celebrating the 4th of July this year. We not shooting no fireworks. We not having no cookout. We're gonna all come together, put our money together, and invest in our own businesses so we can pop fireworks every day, so we can grill out every day. They gonna say, man, you crazy, man. I get an off day. I get to be with my family. I get to eat good, sit back and watch some fireworks and drink beer. You crazy if you think I'm not spending my money this year. It goes to show you a slave. You know, if I tell the brothers where I work at, the brothers and sisters where I work at, hey y'all, let's take our next check. All of us take our next check and we go and invest in this business. They gonna look at me like, man, you crazy, man. I don't know if that's gonna work out for sure, but I know I'm sorry. I know the boss has a check, $600-700 check coming for me at the end of the week, man. I gotta feed my babies. I gotta feed my woman. I gotta feed my man. I'm not leaving, but I'm telling you, if we leave today and we invest in this business, it's gonna be $1 billion business by the end of the year. They not gonna believe that. They gonna go with master again. Sorry, they gonna go with the boss gives them that 30,000 a year or 40, 50,000 a year. They gonna go with that, you know, because we don't believe in ourselves. Most of us don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe that we can do for ourselves. And for the people who think that we are so free and so independent, like I told somebody, I dare you on the 4th of July, because it's so hot outside and you and your babies is about to faint. I dare you to go into Walmart, Kroger, Speedway, Thornton's, and grab a water and tell them this is mine. You owe me this. You gonna be in jail. They gonna take you to jail. It sounds crazy, right? Hearing that sounds crazy. But I look at people like they crazy for believing that it sounds crazy, because no, you worked for it. You built this country. Without you, it wouldn't be no Speedway, no Thornton, no Walmart, no Kroger, or none of that. But you're not free, because in order to pay your rent, you believe that you have to wake up every morning, put on what these people want you to wear, and go in when these people want you to go in, and give these people your time, your sweat. And then you go for 8 hours, and then you go home, and then you all mad, and you don't want to make no love to your woman or your man because you wore out from being at work all day, and you got to go back tomorrow. And even on your off days, you tired, you exhausted because you know you got to go back the next day. Does that make sense? Do I make sense in any type of way?
You're making a lot of sense. Keep going, baby.
So that's why I say, we need to start doing for ourselves, building for ourselves. Think about people who've been buying Jordans since the 80s. Old heads, 60 years old, still buying Jordans and still don't own a house. But they done put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into Jordan's pockets and whoever else is behind it. You don't even own a house. I'm sure a lot of people who've been buying Jordan since the 80s probably don't even have $80 or better yet, $8 to their name. But they got over 80 pair of Jordans in their closet. That's us. That's how we think. You know, a lot of us will go out here and we'll buy a Gucci shirt just to, which what the young cats would say, just to flex on our so-called competition. Now me, I don't wear nothing but t-shirts. Plain basic t-shirts. I spend $12 on packs of t-shirts and things like that. Because what I got on, this plain black t-shirt, I'm gonna show y'all. Just a plain black t-shirt, right? The only difference, but how much is a Gucci shirt? Let me make sure I'm all the way accurate. Okay, about 1,000 to $3,000 for a Gucci shirt, and the difference between my $12 t-shirt and your Gucci shirt is that it's red and green. It says Gucci on it. You done spent 1,000, $3,000 on this Gucci shirt, and you don't even have $30 to get you and your woman a meal tonight. You just want to look good to make your brother feel less about himself. Oh, I'm better than you because I got on all Gucci. Oh, I'm better than you because all I rock is Jordans. I'm better than you. Look how much ice I got on my neck and my wrist. I'm better than you. But you don't have it in your pockets or on your bank accounts. You still don't own a house. Your car still ain't paid off. You know, if you was to pass away today, you don't even have no insurance. Your family don't even have the money to bury you. And you ain't gonna have nothing to give down to your kids because they gonna have to sell all that Gucci to come up with your money for your casket. So your
Ooh,
kids,
you better preach, baby.
so your kids ain't gonna have nothing but the few pictures that you had out at the club and your Gucci t-shirt. The few pictures that you had out in front of your car that you was renting from that man and your Jordans and your Gucci you was rocking. So and I'm gonna say this, I was telling somebody this, my girlfriend I'm talking about. It's sad that a lot of our people, I want y'all to really sit back and think about this and correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of our people who passed on, just think about it. They was hard workers. Did none of them leave no businesses behind for us? Did none of them leave no houses that could, you know, create generational wealth for the people who came after them? Did none of them own anything that could better they just left the memory. Oh, she was a hard worker. She had a kind heart. She did a lot for the community, gave back to the community. And I'm not trying to down our people and say that they wrong for not leaving nothing behind because they don't know no better. But if
But
we could
hold
take
on, Monty. Let me
if
stop you there.
real quick so I won't forget. So um if we could just look at that and be like, and I'm sorry to say this. No, I'm not even gonna say it. Man, my uncle died, man. And as hard as a worker he was, as much good money he made, you mean to tell me he died broke? You crazy if I'm going out like that. But I'm gonna use my uncle as my motivation, his work ethic. The difference is I'm gonna learn from that. I'm gonna invest in a business. That way when I die, my family's good.
Okay, well, let me say
So,
this.
yeah.
Just to correct you, and you know this to be true. My great grandmother left houses, including the house of her own. All of her children have houses because of her. My grandmother, my dad's mom, she was a homeowner. You know that home, that's a family home. So, I mean, in some cases, that's not accurate. At least, in my story. My uncle who passed away, you know, he got robbed by his own sister before he was cold, before the coroner arrived. He was being robbed for his money. His daughter and his wife didn't get any of the things that he wanted them to get.
I seen she passed away today or yesterday.
Who?
His
Who?
wife.
What?
Yeah, I seen that on Facebook.
That's why Shirley's been blowing me up all day. Shut up. Y'all, let me tell you something. My uncle found out he had colon cancer. My uncle was going back and forth to the hospital. I feel like I've told the story a many a times. Family is dirty. Some people in your family, you know what I'm saying? You have to cut them off. I've cut a lot of family members off because they are toxic as hell. My aunt, my aunt she volunteered to take care of him when he was going back and forth to the hospital, and he was just getting script writers because all they was doing was writing him scripts for pain medication. Finally, my uncle went to the hospital, eyes yellow, fingers full of jaundice. And the doctor he got, thank you God for him. He said, I'm going to check you over for everything. And my father called me at like 6 in the morning and said that he had colon cancer. They were sending him down here to U of L hospital. Before my uncle passed away, my uncle made a will, and my uncle also said verbally, and a verbal agreement is just as good as a written agreement. And there was a room full of us in there, tears in our eyes, because he had come to terms with, he's not going to get better. They said if they try to do radiation on him, he'd pass on the table. But he said that house, my uncle had a home full of
How
nothing
long
but
did he have
antiques.
cancer before he found
We don't
out?
know.
Because I
We
remember
don't
he
know.
passed fast. I remember that.
He
Like,
did. He went fast. But we
so,
don't
but
know
he
how long
he knew something wasn't right.
Yeah, and he would have his wife call his PCP, and he would just call him in antibiotics. But he told him he was like, because antibiotics, your body grows a tolerance to antibiotics, and the antibiotic does not work. So the doctor told him he needed him to come in, but instead, he was going to the hospital, and like I said, they was writing him prescriptions for pain medication, which he never took. My uncle never drank. My uncle. Uh, he just never was one of those people that did any kind of damage to his body, did any put anything that would do damage to his body. But he had antiques, a home full of antiques in his home, and he told his wife and his daughter that house belongs to you and your mother, and nothing is to be sold. My uncle was not even cold. The coroner had not even arrived before monies came up missing. My aunt, his wife, she had rings on every finger. Some fingers had, and they were all diamond rings. Some fingers had 3 rings on them. That woman, hell, she gonna bust hell wide open. My aunt is gonna bust hell wide the freak open. That is a damn shame. I didn't know she passed. God keep blessing me, said very wise young man, TP job well done. Thank you. God keeps blessing me. And thank you so much for being a member for 6 months. Uh he's speaking nothing but the truth, says V Lachey. Let me go up. Hold on. Let's see. Uh and said don't ever be sorry for what you say, because you're not a sorry NF baby. That's right. That is
And that
absolutely
baby.
right. Do not be afraid. No, MF baby. You're not a sorry MF and baby. Uh, God keeps blessing me. Said you better speak. I say the same thing. Sonya said she is really a demon. That birth, Lucifer, Doodoo. Remember you said, oh, you said you was the devil. Make it make sense. Amen to that. We rebuke him over this way. He is rebuked over here. He gets up under my feet. That's where he got to go up under my feet. God keeps blessing me. Said my cousin 4 years ago just found out that she has colon cancer stage 4. Wow. And her mom 7 months ago, lost her mom 7 months ago. Oh my gosh. Was in the family. My mom had three people. Please get tested done every year. Yes, amen to that. Because my uncle, he's never had a colon test ever. He never had one. He never had one. Like I said, his PCP just kept on providing him with pain medication instead of, and I mean not the PCP, the hospital, but he just kept on calling in prescriptions for antibiotics, not knowing what you're prescribing them for. And finally, he was like, "I need to see you. I need to see what's going on." But that last time he went, he was so full of jaundice, like it was everywhere in his eyes, just his whole body was just yellow. But go ahead, Monty. Uh, 43 years old. My God in heaven. Lord have mercy. I'm sorry to hear that. God keeps blessing me. But yeah, family, y'all. Some family, you have to remove yourself from them because they are toxic as hell. And this aunt right here, I swear, every time I think about what she did to my uncle and his family, she wiped them out. And now instead of everything going to my to Hallie's kids, you watch. You watch her start spending. Watch her spending habits. Watch her spending habits. She's a dirty. Ooh, go ahead, Monty. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's sad. But yes, that's good. You know, a lot of people do leave stuff back for their family. But it'll be better if we it's more of our generation and this up and coming generation that's so focused on materialistic thing that's not doing nothing for our people. In fact, it's getting a lot of our people killed. You get killed if you look too good and a brother don't. You know, you walking down the street, a brother's down in life and his woman nagging all the time because he ain't got no money coming in. And then he sees a brother like you riding in something fly, wearing something fly, and doing fly things in life. He sees you as competition. You may be able to take his woman, and he ain't gonna have that. So he gonna rob you and he gonna kill you afterwards. And like I said,
Unalive. Unalive.
unalive. And so you work that hard just to look fly and get unalived, and then your family can't even afford your funeral, and you left your babies with nothing. It's crazy. That's why I say we could take all that money that we spending on this materialistic stuff that don't matter. Cause Jordan's gonna come out with a new pair of shoes next week. Gucci gonna come out with a new a lot of these people they gonna come out with some new stuff the next day. So what you wearing ain't even gonna be the cool thing to wear no more. And again, we living in a world full of followers, which that's something I'm not. Everybody trying to keep up with everybody, and me, I'm trying to keep up with God and myself. But a lot of these people don't even feel comfortable. Take a woman who don't wear heels, but she see everybody else wearing heels, so she feel like in order to be accepted, she gotta wear them. So she go out and she blow her money on some heels, and her feet hurt. But she just trying to be like everybody else, you know. She could have took that money and made her own clothing that was so unique and way better than what everybody else is wearing. But nah, she wanted to be like everybody else to fit in. But me, I'm different. Uh, I ain't saying that to sound cocky. It's the truth. People may call it weird, but the truth be told, it's just different. It just ain't like how you do things, and um, yeah. But everybody's so focused on trying to keep up, and we keeping. And who advertises this stuff? They use the rappers to do that. They use
Hold
the
on.
actors and entertainers to do that.
Let me read this
You
comment.
know,
And said I'm fading out. Meds got me. Can't smoke like I want. Y'all blow this lab up and don't miss the message because I won't. Thank you, Ann. And she also said, TP if you can, please. Yes, ma'am. Uh wait a minute, what song you say? Y'all, my oldest sent me a text today thanking me for the way I raised them and oh man, that's so good. Brought them to be the best and taught them to be the best. I cried happy tears. I told them I got it. Did you say F my mother? Did you mean to say that?
who? Uh,
Sonia. Let me read. God keeps blessing me. God keeps blessing me. Said, yes, you do have to let some family alone. Why my mom came out here because she did not want them at her home because the family reunion was at her sister's house across the street. I mean, across from her. LOL did a turnaround. I know that's right. Family could be your worst freaking enemy. Your worst enemy. TP, if you can, play Holy One before you end this live. Holy One. Okay. Play Holy One. I'll see if I can't find that. Yes, Sonya, thank you for those praying hands for God keeps blessing me. Uh, but you know what, Monty? Those designer clothes, they weren't intended for us. You will never. Have you seen your mama wearing Gucci, Fendi, uh, any of those top of the line designer clothes? You ever seen your mama wearing that stuff?
no, but it
You
was
and your
intended to.
mom
It was
have
intended
you?
to take our money, though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
I
they
know what you're saying.
really
They don't
they
mess
weren't
with us.
they wasn't making clothes and shoes for us. They started doing that when those celebrities started making a nice little coin. You know what I'm saying? Then they wanted to include them. But I'm not falling for the okey doke. I don't want Gucci, Poochie, Lucci, Coochie. I don't want none of it. I don't
Right.
want Fendi. I don't want any of that. I do not support them. You know, they have put out some racist designs, some of which have slipped through the cracks. But I'm good. I'm good. Ali said, "Baby boy, don't play about you." He said, "Who?" Real fast. He sure don't. He sure don't. That's my baby. You hear me? That's my baby. The battle was not yours. It's the Lord. Amen, Sonia. Amen. It said Yolanda Adams. Yes, amen. But go ahead, Marty. What else did you want to address? Because we're gonna do a part two, baby.
Okay. Another thing I want to address is that oh, I want to go all the way back. I never got to finish. We keep bouncing place from place. Whenever you was talking about the Section 8 and the food stamps government assistance was enforced to remove the man from the home, the way I see it is if a man was being a man, a woman wouldn't want no Section 8 or no food stamps because a man would cease that off top. She wouldn't come to her man about no Section 8 and food stamps. Nah, because the man is supposed to be the provider. This is how I see it.
I agree, but back in those days, it was very hard. That's why you have to do your research. You have to look at the way, like I said, Cabrini Green, when they put up those projects. That's exactly where they put those people, and they were nice at first. Well, when they went down, and the people kind of went down with them because you had people who wanted to be gangsters. You had people who didn't even live over there, but they was coming over there, creating and wreaking havoc on the people. These people wouldn't even feel safe riding on the elevators. You know, there is a documentary, several actually, on Cabrini Green, but and I understand your point, but back in those days, it was hard. I remember the woman would have to take the man's clothes if a man was staying with them, and they would have to take the man's clothes whenever Section 8 was coming to do an inspection and get them up out of there because they would go through these people's homes. That's like if you was getting y'all also pray for Stinky Philly. Who is that? Oh, Philadelphia. Oh, Philly's bad. Philly is ooh. But like if they was getting welfare benefits, honey, they coming up in your house. They going in your refrigerator. They want to know what that money is going for. You know. But I mean, like I said, that's how it was designed to make the man leave the home. Because if a man worked, rent goes up. He got to get a second job. You know, daddy's never there. He's not in the picture. You know, daddy's working all the time. He's working himself into a grave just
Exactly.
so he can take care of his money. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because everything, the systemic racism, you know what I'm saying? I believe it to be a thing. I believe, we are meant to be the underdogs. In 2000 and uh I don't want to get it wrong. I want to say 2016, during that election, black people had the opportunity to become the majority as opposed to the minority. And we did not seize that opportunity because a lot of us won't take the freaking time to register to vote. It doesn't take nothing but 2 minutes to register to vote.
Here we
A
go.
signature, and that's it. That's it. And then you won't go. You know what I'm saying? They send you, you know, to a place that's within what 5 minutes from your house. I remember when we lived on Garden, I would walk. I would walk to TJ to go and vote. I love to rock my sticker. I voted because I want to be a part of the conversation.
Well, let me
You
say
know.
this: if you depended on a president, anybody other than
Yes.
God,
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, Ali. Yes, exactly. Just like in that movie Claudine. I love that movie too. Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up. I might watch that tonight if I can find it. But that's how it was back in those days. That's how it was. We didn't have no rights. None. But go ahead, Monty.
if you depending on any man or woman other than God and yourself to make a change for you, you're doing something wrong in life. Because I
If
don't
it's your
care.
husband, if it's your husband, if it's your children's father, you're one, you're a unit.
Right. But
You
what I'm
know, you
saying
you
is, what I'm
pray
saying is,
together, you pray
exactly,
together,
exactly.
you get the kids and y'all sit down in that living room every night and y'all read that word.
I heard you. Well, I'm saying when it comes to the president, it don't matter if it's Obama, Trump, Biden, Kamala, any president they put in the office. I'm still gonna make a way for myself. I don't I don't see no president can affect my life in any type of way or anybody they put in office. Cause I'ma still make it through for myself. One thing about it, I don't know Trump, Obama, Kamala, or Biden. I probably never will, and I don't care to. I'm not sitting back waiting on Trump or anybody to change anything, to better anything for me. And that's what we have to do as people. We have to figure out what we can do for ourselves. And if a president wants to do something to make things better, that's cool. But suppose that never happens though. We're gonna go our whole life waiting on the right president to get in office, and it may not never happen. So the best thing we can do is come together and do for ourselves. And
And I agree with that because I'm gonna tell you something, and I get a lot of flack when I say this. I thought Obama did a horrible job. Obama dropped the ball. He really did. Obama had the opportunity to put things in place for Ali, thank you for those pink hearts, sugar. He had the opportunity to put things in place when Trayvon Martin was unalive. You know, I got sick and tired of hearing the excuse. Well, he tried everything he tried to do. They shut it down. Well, Trump showed us the authority and the power that the presidency holds when he shut down the federal government. And before he opened the federal government back up, he told them, if I don't get what I want, I will shut it down again. There
and
are things at my disposal that I can use. Obama, where was that energy at when all of these black women and men were being unalived by these peace officers? I'm not going to call them police. You're peace officers. You work for us. You work for us. We pay. My tax money pays for that car you drive, that gas you put in that car, that weapon that you carry on your hip and you use to unalive a child, children, women, and men, innocent women, men, and children. My tax dollars pay for that. And the fact that I had a president who looked like me in office sitting back, the only thing he could say is Trayvon is me. I am Trayvon Martin. Man, get the freak out of here, Obama. Everybody puts him on this pedestal. I don't. I don't. I have zero respect for him. Zero. I think his wife would have done a better job. I have zero
right,
respect. And I wasn't looking for him to save me. What I was looking for him to do was to put something in place for us to stop being gunned down illegally. There were so many videos that came out during his presidency that showed, lives being taken for nothing at all. You got a man who's sitting in a car with his baby and his wife, and he's on his way to work to care for someone else that is not his family. He lets this officer know, I have a weapon, I'm licensed to carry, and he loses his life. Get the freak out of here, man.
you know what's
I'll
so
leave it there
crazy?
because Democrats always work to play nice in the sandbox. We gotta stop playing with we gotta start wait a minute. We gotta start playing the Republicans do. I believe that too, Ali. And guess who started the KKK? For those that don't know, the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party. They are the ones who formed and founded the Ku Klux Klan. When Joe Biden got on a black radio station, it said to the people, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Well, guess what, Biden? I didn't vote for you, and I'm still black.
You know,
That's one thing you can't take from me is my blackness. Because let's not forget, you was a racist too. You, you went against us too. When you was a senator, uh-huh, I did my research on you too. You didn't want your kids riding the bus or going to school with people who look like me, Joe Biden.
it's
I'm going to
crazy.
always be black. Always. And I'm going to stand for my black sisters and my black brothers. Always. Yes, I get on here and I do what I do. I say what I say to that person over there. But at the end of the day, I'm a black woman and I stand 10 toes down on my blackness. I love my blackness. I love my black skin. I love the nose that my father gave to me, my black nose that he gave to me. Because my mother, she has, my grandfather, he's Indian. My grandfather looks white. I have
For
aunts
real?
that look white. I told you that. I have aunts that look white. And my mother has Caucasian features. I thank you, Lord, for blessing me with my father's African features. I do. My hair texture, I get it from my mother. The length, I get it from my mother. But other than that, I'm all my father. I'm all my dad. And I'm proud of it.
Yeah,
If
it's
I had
good.
the money, if I had billions of dollars, I would never go and lay on anyone's table and say, make my nose smaller. Uh-uh. If anything, I'd give, I'd give to families. I already told you what I do. If I ever were to win the lottery, it has to be a mother
That's what
with
I'm about to
children.
do.
Yes, they are Black American Indians. Uh-huh. I would give, there's a certain number of families I said that I would go and support. You have to be a mother, you have to have children. If I would ever win the lottery, I want to help someone. Pay your rent up for a year, buy your groceries, take you and your kids shopping. That's my heart. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, babe. That's what I'm about to start doing.
Yeah, that's what you said. And I think that's a good thing. Let them know. Share with them what it is that you told me that you wanted to start doing. I'm gonna go on mute.
Okay.
And then we're gonna end this and we're gonna come back for part two, y'all. Sonya said, oh, I wish I had a son, but I have four grandsons. Oh, that's beautiful, Sonya. I have four grandsons too. Four grandsons and two granddaughters. Go ahead.
So about every other week, I want to randomly go into randomly grocery stores and approach random women, black women. I don't like to just say black. I like to, cause we come in different
Keep it
colors.
real. Keep it real. Keep it
So
real. They gotta be
from
one of us.
right, they got to be one of us, from yellow to
No
red to
offense.
brown to
No
black.
offense to
Right, yeah,
anyone.
yeah. Because again, and I told somebody like this, because a Christian, I don't like to bring religion up, but there's a brother who's a Christian and he don't understand me. He said, "Why not all people?" And I told the brother, if the neighborhood caught on fire, the whole block, including my house, do you think I'm gonna try to get out of my house to save the neighbors? Or do you think I'm gonna try to help my family first? I'm gonna try to help my people first, and I'm sure anybody feels the same way, right? I'm still on. So
You mean like you and Najee, or you just saving the black people? Because I'm gonna try to get everybody out. Because I don't want anybody to lose
anybody
their
out,
life.
I gotta get my family out this house before I can worry about anybody else.
Right,
So
I understand that.
yeah, I'm giving back to my people. I wouldn't mind giving to white people, but first I gotta help my people. I gotta feed my people, you know. So yeah, from yellow to red to brown to black Africans in America, every black woman, every other week going and randomly going into stores and I see women paying for their groceries, I'm gonna approach them and pay for their groceries. Be a help. Maybe that woman's on the verge of going crazy because she been working doubles and a lot of overtime. She's on the verge of giving up because she's tired. She don't got a man. She got 5, 6, 7 kids and she can't do it no more. But then I come her way and I pay for her groceries. That's a big help. That pushes her and to keep going and stay strong. And it brightens up her day, brightens up her life. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Good night, Sonia. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for those beautiful pink hearts. We will be having part two tomorrow. We're gonna do it a little earlier. 8 o'clock, Monty. You better be on time. Or I'm docking your pay. In the words of Luther. But I think that's a wonderful idea. Yes, Gold, it is sweet. I think it's a wonderful idea. He asked me what I thought about it. And his fear was, do you think I'll offend anyone? And I said, no. If anything, you'll make their day. If someone were to come up to me and say, I'm gonna pay for your groceries, you know, that would make my day. It would. I would be ecstatic and just thankful and grateful for that. But I think that's a wonderful idea, mommy.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I think we're gonna go ahead and end right here. Gonna put a pin in this until tomorrow because we've been on here for 2 hours and 29 minutes. Yes, he will. God would most definitely use my son. I feel has been using my son since my son was a child. Since my son was a child, I feel like he's been using my son. I really do.
Right.
God, God blessed him with knowledge at an age where, like I said, you have to be there. You got a 9-year-old child. Actually, it started when you was in what, kindergarten? This child, I mean, the things that he was saying too, you'd be like, what? How did he come up with that? He was just light years ahead. And I believe that God, you know, he spent a little more time creating him. I truly do. Now, all of my children have amazing hearts, and I'm not just saying that because they're mine. They all have amazing hearts, will do anything for anybody, and won't think twice about it. Won't think twice about it.
So everybody in this chat, if you don't mind, follow me on Facebook.
Some of the name on there.
The
Is it
name that y'all
Kimani?
see, Kimani, Queemoni, Shakur, Shakur.
You can write it in the chat if you want. You see a spot for you to write in the chat?
I see.
How about that? Yes, he's very much passionate, go. He really is. My son, I'm telling you, all of them, every last one of them. God bless me. He really did. Are they perfect? No, not by any means. The only perfect person I know to have walked this earth was Jesus Christ. But they're good, they're wonderful children with good hearts. Wait a minute. Kimani Shakur, X.
Kimani Shakur.
Okay. Ghost said, thank you, Kimani. Oh, let me see. We'll put Facebook in parentheses. Dad says, hey, you all still here. Uh, A had to leave. Great content. Thank you, Dad. We'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna put a pin in this for right now. We will definitely be back tomorrow because there's so much that we could talk about when it comes to our culture and just being black in America. You know, the struggles that we have to endure
Let's
and came.
just keep let's just keep it simple and say African in America.
I'm not African. See, he and I, we have this
Because
thing. Y'all
I think
switched
black
up.
is an insult. Because when you think of black, black is nothing. You know, I
Yeah,
can't.
this is if you want to follow him on Facebook, feel free to do so.
And not all
Listen,
of us, not all of us are black. So
okay, well, I've never been to Africa. Therefore, I don't consider myself to be an African American. I consider myself to be an American. I was born in America. America is all I know. Therefore, I am an American. And on that subject, Monty, we just gonna have to agree to disagree.
yeah, but even if you was in America already, you had to come from somewhere. Where'd you come from?
I understand my ancestors were kidnapped. They were sold by their own people and they were kidnapped and they were brought over here. The ones who survived the long journey
Why
to this
don't
foreign
why don't
land.
Mexicans call each other orange or nothing? Like we
I'm
the
not
most.
calling myself orange. I'm calling
I
myself
know,
an
but you
American.
calling
I'm
yourself black.
American.
You calling yourself black. Like
I'm a black woman. I'm a melanated woman. I'm a
melanin.
black woman.
I think melanin sounds better. I think that's a good one. Melanin people.
Melanated. Okay, I'm a melanated woman. I've never been to Africa.
But
Therefore, I
as
don't feel right
I'm
calling myself African American.
I'm
Would I
just starting
love
to
to go
hear.
to Africa? Yes. Do I
I'm
know
just
that I have origins of African in me? Absolutely.
I'm
But
just start. Bitch.
where my people came from, exactly, I don't know. And I
Right.
want to do one of those DNA tests just to
Yeah.
find out
Yeah.
how much African I have in me and what parts of Africa.
Yeah,
Uh,
African DNA overrides everything else. That's the strongest
he's
DNA.
not, Dad. He's not. We had
That's
this
what
conversation on the phone.
that's where the first people are from. The first people are from Africa.
Yes, they
African
are.
African
And
DNA is the strongest DNA. Nothing's gonna override your African DNA. But
listen, I know that.
but
Civilization
like you say,
started
melanin.
in
The
Africa.
reason
It says it in the Bible. It says it in the Bible. If you look up some of these places, you will see. You don't go. See,
he's
I
on it
wanted
now,
to take one.
Bending.
What is it? 21 and me? 20, whatever it's called. I wanted to take one of those just to see. Like,
He's on it now, Bending. What?
he said you're not bending on that, then you're not bending like you did the other night when I was telling you I don't consider myself to be African American. And
Who's
you was
not
like, well,
bending?
you're not gonna let me uh
No, I don't
you know
mind.
what I mean?
I'm just saying I feel like black sounds disrespectful. We don't hear it. We don't hear it that way, but it's like black. Black, but some of y'all are yellow, some of y'all are red, some of y'all are browns. Not all of y'all are black. Technically, you not black, you brown. You know, black just is it's just nothing. And
I understand.
but I'm just now seeing it that way. Black, it don't even sound right no more. You know, but melanin, you don't have to. I get it. Not everybody wants to claim to be an African. I understand that, but why? Yeah, melanin sounds better
And
though.
there's no shade to Africa. Please do not get me wrong,
I
because I
know.
love my African brothers and sisters. At the same time, I've never stepped foot, not a toe, on African soil. I mean, I know I have ancestors
Wait,
that were
didn't you
brought
go
over
back? Didn't
here.
you say you like your African nose and lips?
I like my African nose and lips because a lot of the Africans that I see, cause see, it comes from somewhere. My
People tell me I
grandmother,
have beautiful lips because I.
listen, my grandmother was light skinned, green eyes, long, pretty hair.
That's the thing
Okay,
about us. We can be like that too.
we
Like I mean,
can,
that we the
right,
start of everything. We created white. We created everything. We
right. But
created
let me
green, blue
finish.
eyes, and all of that. Us
But let
people in
me finish.
Africa. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me finish what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's like your brother. Your brother, light skin, blonde hair, green eyes, until they change to blue. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, I know my grandmother had a great, great, if not women, great grandmother who was on someone's plantation, who gave birth to my grandmother's great grandmother. You understand what I'm saying? I did an ancestry search and I found her dad's father when they did the census. He was a slave. He had a brother who was also a slave on the same plantation. And guess who else was looking up this family?
Who?
A white woman. A white woman. I said,
Do
oh,
y'all
she
think
must
I'm
have picked
wrong?
up the
Do
slave
y'all think I'm
master.
wrong for not wanting nothing to do with my Caucasian side of my family? Is that shady when those are the first people I was racially profiled by in the world? Do y'all feel like that's shady? Like, and
I feel like if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
I don't got no
I'm
ill
not in your
intent. Like they
I'm
started with
not
me.
in
Yeah,
I'm
cause
not in your shoes, so I can't say.
yeah,
Go said my great grandmother was chocolate smooth skin, high cheekbones, and long straight hair, baby. Okay. Oh, I know she was beautiful. I know she was beautiful. Hmm. But yeah, I can't tell you that you're wrong because
cause I never did
I
nothing to
don't.
them
I'm
people.
not.
Them people,
I'm
them
not
people.
mixed.
Right? I never did me either. I mean, you are in a way, but I don't claim to be either. I
Not
just
like
have.
you.
Yeah, I heard you. It's closer range to me. It's like closer.
Yeah.
But I look at it like I didn't do nothing to them people. Them people bother my people first. And wouldn't it only be safe to keep my distance? It's no hate. It's no ill feelings or none of that. But I just feel safe around my people. That's all that is. You know, because I ain't never disrespect none of them. Right? At all.
Right. Dad said if they profiled you first, it's understandable the way you feel. I wouldn't forget how they treated me. Exactly. Your
Yeah.
grandmother walking around calling you the N
Right.
word. What's
That's
going
your.
on with
That's
you?
supposed to be a. That's supposed to be your grandmother. You know what I mean? And I, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I know I just needed a second opinion because sometimes I question myself, like, would the world look at me like I'm the evil person when they messed
Oh
with me
no.
first, or a bad person? Because a lot of people get the vibe that I don't like YT people, and that's not the case with me. I just know who I'm dealing with. I know racism is real. I know it is. I let
Yeah.
them people get mad. I don't care how nice they are. They can feed you. They can clothe you and bathe you. And I can't say all of them. I'm just saying the ones I know. And and but I guarantee you, when they get mad, they're gonna show you who they really are, how they really feel. And and you know what Muhammad Ali said? Y'all need to watch this clip. I love it. Muhammad Ali said something like, "Nah, I don't dislike white people, but if it's 100 snakes out to get me, and 10 of them snakes mean no harm, I'ma run in my house and close the door. Do you think I'ma risk letting those 10 snakes in when it's a
Uh,
hundred of when it's 100 of them out to get me?
right.
No, I'm good because they all look the same. So I'd rather just stay in my house, and stay all the way away from them. Muhammad Ali had that funny sense of humor like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, but
So, all right, we're gonna put a pin in this, and we will be back, Lord willing, tomorrow. Thank everybody for pulling up on us and giving your input. It's greatly appreciated. Thank y'all for embracing my son. Um, I enjoyed this conversation. My fiance say he don't have time to pick the good ones out. Okay.
who's that?
He said dad said my fiance said he don't have time to pick the good ones out, and I
Yo,
don't either.
Is
I don't.
Barbara Jones on here?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay.
See. All right. Kaya just texted
Cause
me
I just got
something.
a Barbara Jones on Facebook. Just follow me. But yeah, I
Well,
appreciate y'all.
sometimes people don't fall in the chat, so
Okay.
understand that too.
I
But yeah,
appreciate all
thank
y'all for
y'all.
watching and listening. I'm a little nervous, a little bit, camera shy, but I'm gonna get better at it as I go though. I appreciate y'all for listening. You know, God bless all
Yeah.
y'all. Y'all have a wonderful morning, a better day.
Yes. We will see y'all, like I said, Lord willing, tomorrow. In the meantime and in between time, TP and Kimani Shakur are out. Good night, y'all. Good night, Sandy Pooh. This was a great live. TP, you have raised a wise young man, young king. Thank you. You don't sound nervous at all. This is your son, TP. Yes, it is. This is my baby boy. All right, y'all. TP and Kimani are out of this thing. Y'all be blessed and have a very, very blessed and good night. Go. Thank you for those hearts. Thank you for hanging in there with us. Y'all, please, if you didn't hit the like button on your way in, please make sure you hit it on the way out. I appreciate it so much. And if you catch this on the replay, let us know what you think about some of the things that we discussed. Uh, Rita Shay said, "Wow, my son's middle name is Shakur." What? Close to your son's middle name. I am, should I say, a huge Tupac Shakur fan. My oldest son was gonna be Tupac Amaru Shakur, but I said, "Nah, we gotta stick with the cues." So I said, "Kimani Shakur shall be his name." All right, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Get some rest and have a wonderful morning. And me and Monty, we're out. Bye, guys
All right, y'all.
and gals. But yeah, if y'all catch this on the replay, like I was saying, please, please, please let us know what you think about some of the things that we discussed. What would you like to hear us discuss tomorrow as we will be coming back? Funny thing is, my son's first name is Quinn. Tell me why my baby
And we
girl,
said tomorrow.
my
Hello.
oldest daughter Uh, that's her nickname, Queen. Isn't that something? Isn't that something?
I think
Wow.
tomorrow, speaking of Tupac, the late brother Tupac, I think tomorrow we should speak on what's going on in this Diddy trial tomorrow, and a little bit of what's going on the R. Kelly situation. And it's a deeper
Yeah.
thing behind what I want to mention about it, but I'm gonna wait till tomorrow though.
Okay, I haven't been watching the Diddy Travel to keep it up. To be honest with you, I've been getting my information from different people who react on it, so I'm not really informed as to what's going on. I know they did deliberate and find him guilty on two little small counts. So
You know.
yeah,
But I say all that to say this: it don't matter how much. This is why I wanted to speak on it because it don't matter how much money, how much success, and how much fame you have in America. You still owned by these people. Not saying P Diddy was right for what he did, but they making an example out of the brothers. What they doing? They trying to show you have no control, you have no power. And the same with R. Kelly and a lot. And I'm just now seeing, but I'm about to check more into this. Um,
you do some research before you speak on it.
I did.
Because
I am.
I haven't done any research, but I am aware of what's going on with R. Kelly
Yeah, I heard.
and, and the Eddie Stone situation. It's a lot. It's a lot. We could talk about a lot when it comes to that them owning these celebrities. It's a lot.
And these
But
celebrities own us. They use these celebrities to own us. Yep. But
yeah,
y'all have a wonderful day.
and night. All right, y'all. Good night and gal.
All
Love you,
right.
Monty.
All right. I
And
love you.
all your sisters. All right. Love you too.